Hello, Siloam Springs High School. We wanted to provide you a few updates concerning the 2020-2021 school year. Obviously, COVID-19 has impacted our schooling from last spring and is still impacting us this fall. So we want to make students aware of some major changes that we will have for this upcoming school year. Whether you're a freshman or you're a senior, these will be some updates you need to pay attention to. The first thing we want to point out is we are handing out Chromebooks prior to school starting. Due to not having an open house, this will be our opportunity to get you your Chromebook charger, and your Chromebook case. Also give you a hard copy of your student schedule. Your student schedule can also be found on Hack Your Home Access Center, and those directions are on the virtual open house document as well. We will be doing this all week, Monday through Friday. Monday through Wednesday, we'll have a morning session from 9:30 to 11:30 and an afternoon session from 1 to 3. Thursday, we'll be doing it just in the morning from 9:30 to 11:30, and then on Friday, we'll have an afternoon from 1 to 3. At this time, you will complete your Chromebook agreement form. You'll turn in your $15 if you have it for your Chromebook insurance, and you will also complete an internet access survey for us and receive the Chromebook and your student schedule. So please make plans to attend this event this week. If you are unable to attend this event this week, we will have some makeup dates next week, and then of course you can always collect these items on the first day of school. With receiving your schedules, one thing we do want to point out is if you have concerns with your schedule, there's an error, there's a hole, there's some sort of problem, we ask that you fill out the complete schedule change request form, which can be found on our website. It's also linked in this document that will be shared on our website as well. We ask that you do not call the counseling center, that you do not email the counselors, and do not call the main office. The counselors will contact students via their school email with questions and changes that need to be made. Also, counselors will reach out via the phone if there are concerns. You calling or sending additional emails will not get your schedule correction done any quicker than completing the form. So please just complete the form. Thank you. Our bell schedule has had a few adjustments for this coming school year. The biggest being that we have 3 lunches this year versus just 2 lunches as we've had in the past for those of you that are upperclassmen. So that will impact us. Otherwise, we start school at the same time, which is 8:30, and we dismiss at the same time, which is 3:30. We are still running our Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday bell schedule, and then have a modified schedule for Wednesdays for RTI. So some things about before school. One major change that all students need to be aware of is our doors will not open until 7:45 a.m., which means if your parents drop you off or you arrive in your car before 7:45 a.m., you will not be able to access the building. With the exception, if you are in a 0-hour class, you will enter through the attendance office, which obviously is on the back side of the building, and you will be buzzed in for your 0-hour class at the appropriate time. Also, if you ride a bus and your bus arrives here before 7:45 a.m., you will enter the building. But any students driving or being dropped off will not be allowed in until 7:45 a.m. Car riders, when you arrive, you will report to the cafeteria and will have an assigned seat. This will be different and this will be challenging, but it is a part of our process we have to do to meet the Department of Health guidelines with COVID-19. Drivers will do the same. You will park and you will enter and sit in the cafeteria as a designated spot. If you do drive yourself to school, we are highly recommending that you not report to school before 8:15 a.m. Again, if you drive yourself, we ask that you not arrive on campus until 8:15 a.m. Bus riders will report to the Panther Activity Center and the theater and sit with their assigned bus numbers. Again, just like the cafeteria, you will have assigned seats and be expected to sit there each day. At 8:15 a.m., our first bell will ring and that will dismiss you to class. This will also give you the opportunity to get breakfast. If you normally eat breakfast here at school, this year will be different. We will be doing breakfast in the classroom. So you will grab and go your breakfast on the way to class at 8:15, and you will have until 8:35 to finish those items in the classroom. Between classes, you still have 5 minutes to pass. However, a major Difference will be everybody will be required to wear a mask at that time. Also, you'll be required to wear a mask at all times unless the teachers have directed you not to because you are meeting social distancing rules. You will receive a mask on the first day of school in advisory from the school district. And then, of course, you're welcome to have your own mask that are school appropriate. Between classes, we are encouraging students to not use the restroom, but to use the restroom during class time. Your teachers will go over this individually for each class. We do ask if between class or at any time you enter a restroom and there are more than 4 students using the restroom at that time, that you leave and return at another time. This is to help us reduce the number of people and social distancing guidelines in the restroom. In the stairwells, our 2 stairwells by the cross connect, the ones you come to as soon as you leave the cafeteria, the east side, so the ones that are on your right coming from the cafeteria, are stairs for going up. The ones on your left or the west side are the ones for going down. There will be signage, and we ask that you follow these again to help us with social distancing. Also in the stairwells, there is yellow tape dividing the stairs, and we ask that if you're going down or up, you're on the right, and left when you're coming down for the down and up as well. We also have the yellow tape down the center of all of our hallways with red dots. That's to help you socially distance and stay on the correct side of the hallway. And then obviously the person in front of you should be on a red dot, and you should be on a red dot as well to encourage and promote social distancing. Again, lunch, as we mentioned earlier, there are 3 lunches, one from 12 to 12:25, one from 12:35 to 1, and one from 1:10 to 1:35. With lunch, as it has been in the past, it will be based off your 3rd and 7th hour class. So you will need to check with those teachers to determine which lunch you have, either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Also, you will need to determine if your lunch is held in the cafeteria or in the concourse in the Panther Activity Center. Due to social distancing guidelines, we cannot fit all students in our cafeteria. So lunch will be served in 2 locations, the cafeteria and the PAC concourse. Students do not get to choose which place they eat lunch at. It is assigned based off of your 3rd and 7th hour class. And just as it is before school, you will have assigned seats at lunch. We will go over this the first few days of school and let everybody find their place, but we will have a set seating chart at lunch, just as we will before school. The same lunch will be offered at both locations, and you will only have a choice of entree differences. All your sides will be predetermined for you, and then milk will be your only choice due to COVID guidelines. Another big thing is you are welcome to bring lunches from home, but they need to arrive with you in the morning. No outside lunches can be delivered during the school day. So if it was normal practice for your parents to bring you lunch and leave it in the lobby on the table that we have done in the past, that will no longer be allowable. So no outside lunches can be delivered during the school day. So do pay attention to that as you plan for lunch this school year. After school will be a little different as well. We are going to dismiss in 2 waves. The first wave will dismiss at 3:27, and this will be for all students who ride buses 1 through 10 to directly report to the bus loading area. And this year there are painted lines that are giving bus stalls for you to wait in. And then people who drive to school or people who ride with people who drive to school will be dismissed at 3:27 to report immediately to your car and leave campus. Again, this will be enforced, and we ask that as soon as you're dismissed, you go directly to your car and leave campus. Wave 2 will be dismissed at 3:30, and this will be for bus riders 11 through 20, and they will go directly outside. For bus riders 21 through 30, they will wait in the cafeteria at assigned tables. And if you are parent pickup, you will report to the Panther Courtyard. Again, if you are parent pickup, the only location parent pickup will be occurring is at Panther Courtyard. While you're at Panther Courtyard, we will have teachers and staff there to direct you to be socially distant, and we will spread you out as you wait for your parents to pick you up. The other thing to keep in mind for your parents is parent pickup will look a little different this year. So again, the picture here on the left is Panther Courtyard, where they will be picking you up. They will have to enter from Progress Avenue and then follow the yellow lines here that are on the screen, pick up Panther Courtyard, and then they will be directed back to Progress Avenue. So no parents will be able to exit the campus to Tahlequah. That will only be for student drivers and for bus traffic. So all parents will have to circle back around and exit to Progress Avenue. The same as last year, but just a reminder, student ID badges will be issued the first day of school. They must be worn at all times with the lanyard provided or visible on the student. They are used for library book and textbook checkout. They will be used at lunch. And then if they are lost, you must purchase a new one in the main office for $2. Another friendly reminder is all school events that are hosted by Siloam Springs High School require your student ID as well. This includes field trips, after-hour events, and then sporting events. You must have your student ID. With attendance this year, most of the things are relatively the same, but checking in or out of school occurs in the attendance office. In the past, your parents would report to the main office to collect you if you were checking out earlier. This year, all of that will occur through the attendance office. So please help your parents and parents that are watching understand that you will report to the attendance office, which is on the back side of our building using the main entrance, to check out your student. Parents, one thing to keep in mind is all of your checkout will be done outside of the campus. There will be information there posted for you of how to check out your student. You will actually not be allowed into the building due to COVID-19 guidelines. So do be mindful of that process. We will still require ID for checkout, but that ID will be shown through the window and not actually in the face-to-face conversation with our attendance clerks. Also for this year, due to COVID-19, we will have no student-issued lockers, so no lockers will be used this year. Also, students in the past have been able to leave athletic bags or other bags for activities after school in the back entrance lobby, and that will not be acceptable this year. All personal items brought to school by a student must remain in their possession throughout the day. So there will be no storage of bags and there will be no lockers to do that. So we ask that you be mindful with the items you bring to school, as you will be responsible all day with keeping up with them. Also, all of our water fountains in the building have been turned off. Now, some water fountains have been replaced with bottle filling stations, and as the year goes along, we'll have more and more of those installed as they come in. And you are welcome to bring bottles and refill those. However, the water bottles must meet the following guidelines as they are spelled out in district policy. They must be a clear plastic water bottle. They must have a push button lid or an automatic seal, and they cannot have a screw on lid for drinking. Obviously, the lid can screw on, but the lid must have a mechanism to open without you having to unscrew the lid entirely to take a drink. If you have questions about this, please see administration or a teacher. Our student procedures guide will be posted on our website for you to review. We do ask that you make note of yellow highlighted areas. These are COVID exemptions. There are numerous items this year that are spelled out in our procedures guide that are exempt due to COVID guidelines this year. And so we ask that you pay particular attention to those, but then all of our other procedures that are in there for our daily operation. If you have questions, again, always feel free to reach out to your CAP advisor or any of the administration. There's Mr. Lindley, there's myself, Mr. White, there is Ms. Hayden, and there is Mr. Harden. Those are all of our emails. Or you can call the office at 479-524-5134 to speak with any of us. And then, of course, follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the most current up-to-date information. We are excited to have you all back on August 24th. And as always, go Panthers.